S&OP is about balancing demand and supply. To be specific, balancing our demand plan with our supply plan. Why demand plan? Why specifically the word plan instead of demand forecast? Well, there's a couple reasons for this. A forecast implies something passive. A plan is something that we are planning or that we want to have happen. A forecast is something we are predicting, not necessarily something we're trying to make happen. A plan is something we hold someone accountable to. On the supply side, we refer to the supply plan. We hold operations accountable for delivering the plan. I would argue that we need to do the same on the sales side of the ledger. We can hold someone accountable to a forecast, but often this accountability can be diluted depending on how we generate the forecast. Have you ever heard, "It's not my forecast," or "I don't know where that one came from"? The demand plan is not just a forecast of sales. It needs to be more specific. And it's got to be made up of 3 distinct elements. First, it should include a booking plan. Bookings are the orders that we're taking or our incoming orders. It should also include an unconstrained shipment plan. What do we think the market wants us to deliver? And finally, our demand plan should include our backlog or open orders. Whoa, wait a minute, you might ask, what's a backlog plan? Well, backlog refers to the open orders. Are we planning on increasing or decreasing the quantity of orders in our open order book? The size of the backlog has a direct impact on lead time. Are we planning on decreasing or increasing lead time? This plan may be a strategic part of your business. To lay out my demand plan now, I take my booking plan, my shipment plan, and my backlog plan, and then I organize that into monthly buckets for the S&OP process. And I manage that at the family level. But at the family level, we may not have an appropriate level of granularity. I most likely will need to break it down further because demand within a product family may come from different types of sources. This means we need to introduce the concept of demand streams. What's a demand stream? Well, a demand stream is a segment of the demand for a constraint-based family that has similar or like characteristics. We want to view S&OP plans at the family level, organized by constraint, so that we can balance demand against our supply constraints. This is at the bottom of my diagram, the yellowish box there. But as we look at the demand plan, which includes those bookings, shipments, and backlog that are feeding into that family, we will want to break it down further to capture the difference between the types of demand or the types of customers that feed into that constraint-based family, the different characteristics of the demand. You can see some of these examples on the screen: project demand versus flow demand, distributor versus direct customers, make to stock versus make to order, or international versus domestic. But what's the purpose of breaking this into demand stream? Well, there's really a few reasons for this. First of all, I want to set this up so that I can assign a demand stream by accountability. The S&OP process should drive accountability and responsibility with the organization. Who's responsible for a segment of demand for a product family? This might be a regional sales rep or a large client relationship manager. You may have demand streams for each of these different demand segments. I may want to segment my demand by different demand characteristics or even fulfillment characteristics. For example, you may have a quick ship program for certain customers or even products in the family. Breaking this out separately will help develop an accurate forecast. Or I may have different lead times or fulfillment strategies to different types of customers. And then finally, I can use these demand streams to apply the appropriate planning technique. The ultimate goal, remember, of all of this is to improve the overall accuracy of the demand plan. Segmenting the demand and then applying the appropriate methodology and then measuring that accuracy of the demand plan at the same level of granularity is how we work towards demand plan accuracy. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to watch part 2, where we'll dive into the different types of demand and how they impact your planning. You can learn more about how DBM can take your process to the next level by visiting our website at www.dbmsys.com. Thank you and take care.